Please be seated. Welcome and good afternoon. On behalf of the nursing graduating class of 2019 and the faculty and staff of John Tyler Community College, I extend a warm and joyous welcome to the nursing program pinning celebration for the class of 2019. My name is Tammy Colatrulio, and I'm the Director of Nursing for John Tyler Community College. It is a privilege and honor to celebrate the accomplishments of the 2019 nursing candidates for graduation by awarding the John Tyler Community College Nursing Pin. I'd like to begin by introducing our special guests and the faculty joining me on stage. Today, I'm delighted that we have with us Dr. Ted Raspiller, President of John Tyler Community College, Dr. Bill Figge, Vice President of Learning and Student Success, Susan Grinnan, Vice President of Administration, Dr. Johanna Weiss, Dean of Health Sciences and Vice President for Learning, Ms. Rachel Biondo, Vice President of Institutional Advancement, and Mr. William Barnes, Jr., Chair of the John Tyler Community College Board. And our guest speaker is Susan Wingler. The roses will be presented by Ms. Janet Arnold and Ms. Karen Overmeyer. The pins will be awarded by Ms. Cynthia Jackson and Ms. Terry Willoughby. The nursing pledge will be led by Ms. Elizabeth Powell. Our faculty are talented and accomplished scholars, researchers, clinicians, and community leaders who continue to shape the delivery of healthcare and the future of the nursing profession. Some are nationally recognized for their scholarship achievement. Several are John Tyler Nursing Program alumni. They continue to engage minds and with their enthusiasm and encouragement help develop the acquisition of real-life skills that build careers and transform lives. At this time, I ask all John Tyler Community College faculty to stand and be recognized. Thank you. Our alumni are important members of the John Tyler family, and they consistently reflect the high standards of excellence that the nursing program instills in our graduates and are the best testimonial describing the quality of our program. I'd like to ask all the John Tyler Community College Nursing Program alumni to stand and be recognized. There we go. Thank you. Good to see you back. Additionally, I would like to applaud the contributions of the families, friends, colleagues, and all of you that have supported, sacrificed, and shared in the success of this graduating class as they have traveled this difficult journey to achieve their dreams. And to all nurses, thank you for your mentorship and guidance that allows us to contribute these qualified and competent graduates to the healthcare workforce. To the class of 2019 and my new colleagues, this is an exceptional day, one where you gather with your family, friends, faculty, and staff to recognize your accomplishment. Jean Watson is an American nurse theorist and nursing professor who is best known for her theory of human caring. She describes the importance of an authentic presence in the provision of nursing care. She states, "We are the light in institutional darkness." Her theory suggests that we as nurses get to return to the light of our humanity. Authentic presence is a component of transpersonal relations and requires an intentional caring consciousness. It promotes intentional human connectivity and instills faith, trust, and hope in our patients and their families who depend on us for their health and well-being. I encourage you to bring your authentic presence to the bedside. Doing so preserves the total worth of an individual and respects their dignity. When we are actually present, being with someone, it is then that we learn the most about them and can determine the most meaningful interventions to help them. In being with someone, You learn things you've never experienced and often could never have imagined. It is also through the nursing presence that we truly see ourselves. We learn most about ourselves when we experience discomfort and dissimilarity and are exposed to things we never knew existed or understood. Listen without judgment and be okay with silence. The nursing presence isn't loud. Let the silence fill the void caused by pain, sorrow, or loss. In your role as a nurse, you will encounter people that exist in the shadows and are often marginalized in their communities. This may make you uncomfortable. It's easy to ignore the shadows. It's easy to not see the disparities, the inequities, and the differentiation between wealth and poverty. It can be hard to not be in the majority, to be the different one. Some of you already know these challenges all too well. Embrace your discomfort. Truly see yourself as you care for others. Share your nursing presence with all people and assure them you are genuine in your efforts to care for them. Remember, nursing is about the people we care for, not money or personal recognition. And success is measured in the ways we help people manage illness, adopt healthy behaviors, and die with dignity. Research-based practice is what recognizes us as a profession, as a unique and distinct discipline. The part of nursing practice that is less prescriptive, less visible, and more difficult to quantify is how we react to one another based on our shared humanity. Consider no task beneath you. The little seemingly basic gestures, like shaving a young soldier or applying lipstick for an elderly wife prior to visitation. This may not get us world acclaim, but the work of the nurse elevates and soothes the human heart and spirit. And in turn, our compensation is, as we strive to bring about positive changes in our patients, we transform ourselves. Nursing is not always glamorous. It can be strenuous, thankless, demanding, disappointing, and depressing. It takes courage to be a nurse. Courage is not always obvious. Sometimes courage is the simple act of trying again, coming back tomorrow. Be courageous. Try again tomorrow. Help create a healthcare system that works for all citizens, no matter their social, health, or economic status. This may move you to that uncomfortable zone, but the nursing voice has an exceptional capacity to address critical issues in healthcare that provide an increase in access and better, more compassionate, affordable care that is consistent with our own values and those of the communities we serve. You are strong women and men. You have been prepared to accept challenges and to see all people as part of our human race. Just as you will use evidence-based practice to guide your clinical care, use your nursing voices to demand health care as a human right, regardless of where you were born, how much money you have, what color or gender you are. You are all very fortunate. You've received a remarkable education at John Tyler Community College. You've trained at some of the best hospitals in our area. Today, as you say goodbye to the safe security of the academic community here at John Tyler, think about how you're going to begin and sustain your nursing journey. How will you use your nursing presence and voices to advocate for your patients? How will you be courageous in service to others? How will you contribute to the transformation of the healthcare system to improve health for all citizens in this country and the world? Thank you for choosing John Tyler. It has been our honor to serve you. Congratulations to all of you, and welcome to the nursing profession. My applause. It is with pleasure that I invite Dr. Raspiller to our podium to introduce our guest speaker.
Let me add my welcome to all of you, and on behalf of our close to 800 faculty and staff and 10,000 students that call John Tyler home, let me tell each of you we're awfully proud of you today. Even those of you that weren't even sure today was really going to come, here it is, and you're ready. And I know that we don't have a more rigorous program at John Tyler than our nursing program. And while at certain points it may feel more rigorous than at other points, know now that you're prepared for a career that's going to be quite rigorous as well. But I think in the fullness of time, you'll feel those points like we do in education in a helping profession, where what you have done or what you have said has made all the difference. That's what we carry with us. That's what you'll carry with you. I think it's like Tammy said, it's not about the paycheck. We always say our hearts are bigger than our wallets because it's something that drives us that's bigger than that. So congratulations. And I'm sure you're all going to be fantastic. Let me tell you a little bit about our speaker for today's pinning ceremony. She's currently the Director of Clinical Operations for Chippenham and Johnston Willis Hospitals. In this role, she leads and supports the patient experience initiatives for both campuses, including the clinical and ancillary departments. She began her career at HCA 16 years ago, where she started as a nurse tech in 2003 in the cardiac surgery intensive care unit at Chippenham, and in 2004 transitioned as a new RN in the same department. Her nursing career took on a leadership path in 2011 to 3 West at Johnston Willis, a medical surgical unit, as a clinical coordinator, and very shortly afterwards as the director. A year later, she assumed care of a 15-bed joint replacement unit in addition to 3 West. So our graduates go on to do big things, just like all of you are going to go on to do. She received her associate's degree from John Tyler in 2004, her Bachelor of Science in Nursing 2016, and her Master's in Nursing Leadership in 2018. And oh, by the way, if that wasn't enough, she also has 4 children, 7 grandchildren, and lives right down the road in Dinwiddie. Help me bring Susan Wingler to the podium.
That sounded nicer than I expected it to be, because I don't like talking about myself. So when you have to listen to someone talk about you, it sounds like someone else. I'm really excited to be here today. It is very surreal to be at a John Tyler nurse pinning when 15 years ago I was one of you. So I'm very honored and blessed to be standing before you today, especially for someone that never thought they would go to college. You can aspire to be anything, and there is a way. As a child, I dreamed of being a nurse like my grandmother. I remember watching her as she took off her hat and carefully set it on the mantle, and I would say, I want to be that. Went to school, and what did I do? I got married and had those 4 kids. I didn't go to college. And I thought that dream was gone. I thought being a wife and mother was just, that's all I wanted to be. 21 years ago in August, I have a son that was burned on 80% of his body. I received that phone call from him that night, and I heard his voice crying out saying, "Mom, I'm on fire." My head could not comprehend that. And as I drove to his house, I kept thinking it had to be something else. And as I pulled up in his driveway, I saw over to the woods a fire, and I thought, oh, he meant the woods were on fire. Pulling up in the driveway behind his house, he was standing there in his doorway, naked, with his skin hanging. And I hope I get through this. That night was the journey, a very long journey, of my becoming a nurse. After a succession of hospital visits and days, nursing became real for me as a mom. And if you have children, you want the best for them. You want to care for them and nurture them. And the only way I could do that was to reach out to his primary care nurse, because that's what MCV at the time did. I wanted to know everything that I needed to be able to go home and take care of him, because I never believed he wouldn't make it. So she took me under her wing, and she taught me everything I needed to know. And primary care nursing then was when you're working, you have that patient. So continuity of care is everything. So when you go out and you get your assignment and it's that patient you really don't want, take them. Because continuity is everything to the patient and the family, and work through how you can best put the patient in the center of your care. She did that for me. She didn't know for a long time that I became a nurse because of her. I could not have gone home and taken care of an 18-year-old infant had it not been for her willingness to teach me. Again, when you go out into the nursing world and you find your niche, always include the patient and the family in the care we provide, because they're the ones that go home and they take care of them. I wanted to do what she was doing. I wanted to give back. I wanted to take care of other people and their families, just like they provided for me. It was during that trial, through faith and God's grace, that got me through, and the doors opened for me to be able to start college at John Tyler. Now, there is a story behind that. Keep in mind, I had 4 kids, and I at that point, I never thought college was an option. And I also didn't think I could do it. I took one class, English 111, and it was difficult. When you have to do homework, and I worked full-time, and had a son that was now going through reconstructive surgeries, and I decided I can't do this. It just was not going to happen. Well, again, I had 4 kids. I had 1 in college, and with my children, I always told them, give me 1 year of college, and at least I know you tried. Now, also, I was a single mother. So when I told them I was going to quit, they said, you haven't given us your year. So you have to live up to what you say, right? So I stuck it out that year, but this is how I did it. He went for surgeries. My son went for surgeries, and a lot of them were outpatient. And as I went in and he went back into the OR, a nurse came back to me, and she said, your son said you want to be a nurse and that you're in school. Well, at the time, I was still considering quitting. And so I said, yes, I am. And that's how I left it. Well, she said, well, your son told me you wanted to quit. Well, then I had to fess up. This is what she told me. When you bring your son in here for surgery, you bring your disc. Okay, I'm telling my age, because they're not CDs, they're discs. Bring your disc, bring your books. I'm going to put you in my office, and you can work on school while we take care of your son. You can make a difference in so many things that you do when you encounter your patients and their families. Listening is what she did for my son. Bringing it back to me put me where I am today. People all along the way encouraged me, but that was the start of my nursing. Today you're here because you survived the journey. Every one of you have a story. Maybe not that elaborate, I hope. But you have a story. In describing nursing students, I would use these words: determined, ambitious, unwavering. You're motivated, impressive with caring and compassionate hearts, or you wouldn't want to go into the healthcare field. Your journey is ending today, but you'll take with you the amazing memories of your time together. I'm sure there are many stories out there of your days through nursing school. The first awkward day of orientation may be somewhat leery about what may be ahead of you. Walking onto that unit and not knowing where anything is or what is expected. Maybe the hours of lecture and note-taking and studying followed by intense exams. Probably during which time, because I know I did, living off coffee, drinks, vending machines, rarely a well-balanced meal, maybe. Clinical rotations that initially may have felt overwhelming until you became familiar with that facility or the staff. Anybody ever feel that way? Do those things? Yes. We strive to make all nursing students feel comfortable in our facility, especially my units. I embrace nursing students because they're our future. Remember that when you go out there. Remember that when someone says, can they shadow? Always be open and remember where you came from. How many of y'all have a picture of your first day of clinical? Anybody? Yeah, I was the oldest one in my class, and my mom made me take a picture. I'm thankful now that she did, but at the time I'm like, really? You have to have a picture. I'm not in first grade. Your journey is ending, and so is the journey of those that were there to support you. The faculty behind me. I see many family, friends out there that supported you through that journey, so they actually went through it with you, I bet. I know my family did. They were very thankful when I finished. But oh, did they know what was to come. Nursing school is mentally, physically, and emotionally exhausting. It'd be difficult to find any nursing student here today that could probably truthfully say they had a normal and healthy sleep cycle throughout nursing school. I could probably safely say that the whole class could be diagnosed with fatigue, anxiety, maybe stress overload during that time, maybe related to lack of sleep, impaired social action, yeah. Did y'all give up on that? Yeah. How about the nutrition? That really wasn't there for me. And is it significant? Is it recognizable because of maybe the bags under our eyes, Probably. You'll find that nursing school makes you very different. I have a special needs child with Downs. He's 35. We get a lot of lab work. I find myself in church touching his hand and feeling his veins. Y'all will find that you do the same thing. The funny thing is that now he does that. He takes my hand and puts it over on his and goes, Mom, feel that. Shh, no talking in church. So you'll find that you do things like that. You may be self-diagnosed. He recently had a swollen foot. It was warm to touch, all of these things. And as nurses, do we try to diagnose? We do. I did. I bet you have gout. Let's go to the doctor. And I got it right. I was so excited. Y'all will feel that way too when you're out on the floor and you look at your patient and you see that you've got it. All the dots are going to connect. You'll find yourself looking around at those to see what's going on, and then you're going to have family and friends and strangers asking your opinion when they find out that you're a nurse. Hey, what do you think? Or I'm taking this medication. What do you think? Prior to nursing, I was in the dental field for 26 years. And I can't tell you how many times I would go in U-Crops on Crater Road and a patient would come up to me and say, "Can you look at this?" and open their mouth. The same thing is with nursing. They will come up to you and say, "Can you look at this?" So be prepared. As I was preparing this, I asked some of my coworkers, I just got to thinking, nursing, how am I going to get up here before you today and talk about nursing and at a pinning when it's so special to me? I decided to reach out to some of my coworkers and ask them, what is nursing? What is nursing to you? And I wanted to see the differences that I got back. So I'm going to read you a few of those here, of what they said, because we all have a different opinion on what that is. One is, a nurse is someone who empathizes with human suffering, comforts pain, educates for autonomy, advocates for the sick, heals and loves through their hands. Nurses are the engineers of care and bettering human life. They're a jack of all trades. You will learn that you can rig a lot of things when you're trying to make something happen. I personally like an ICU, the tongue depressor taped to the bed to keep my lines straight because I like order. But you'll find that you can do a lot of things. Dedicated, smart, compassionate, individual with a caring heart and a giving soul for all walks of life. Caring, kind, respectful, compassionate, promotes health and wellness and is an advocate for others, uses special skills and knowledge to improve one's health and provides dignity and comfort, and at the end of life provides peace. This is my favorite, and it's Florence Nightingale, because I really look up to her. She is the mother of nursing. Over 100 years ago, she said the act of utilizing the environment of the patient to assist him in his recovery. She considered a clean, well-vented, and quiet environment essential for recovery. I teach a class, and in there I ask them, what is your favorite patient care skill? What do you do for your patient that is just, it's everything to you? My favorite, I was a night shift nurse. Any of y'all going to night shift? I was night shift, okay. I loved it when my cardiac surgery patient was already in the chair, and I'd say, my plan for you tonight is I'm going to go check on my other patient, and then I'm going to come back, and you're already in the chair, and I'm so happy because we're going to get a nice warm bath. I'm going to rub your back with warm lotion, and you're going to get back in bed in clean, fresh sheets, and you are going to rest so well tonight. Did you know your body heals when you're resting? I love that. I like my patients clean. I do feel like it made a difference. And I like Florence Nightingale. She's taught me a lot through her work, and I love her books, so I would encourage you to go out and get some if you don't have that already. As I reflect back on my life, I can't imagine not having the opportunity to do something that I love, and have found that every day there's something new to learn. In nursing or any healthcare, there's something changing every day. I consider nursing to be a lifelong process of learning and education that we share with others. We don't keep it to ourselves. Today, I strive to mentor and grow other nurses to see their full potential, many of whom I've helped transition into other roles within our facility. As your journey moves forward to your future in nursing, you can be anything that you choose. Look at me. So when you think you can't go forward, you can. I thought I'd never go to college, and I'm standing before you today. If you don't take anything else that I said today with you, I'd like for you to take this one thing. Never underestimate the impact or impression that you would have on either your patient or your family or even a coworker that would change their lives forever. That is what happened to me, and that is why today I am a nurse. So go out there, be kind and caring, because you never know when you'll make a difference. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Johanna Weiss, and I'm the Dean of Health Sciences, and I have the best job today ever, which is I get to announce your graduates. And so I want to tell you some of the ground rules before we get started, if that's okay. First of all, I hope, number one, that you attend graduation at 4 o'clock, because that is a great ceremony full of pomp and circumstance and celebration. But for my few moments with you today, we are going to have a celebration, a party for these 30 men and women who have worked their blank off to, see, I'm G-rating it, today to get here. And so I have kids, I have teenagers, and I've attended lots of school ceremonies where they say, hold your applause until the end. Does anybody want to do that today? Can I hear you? Does anybody want to do that today? All right, so if, with your permission that you've just given me, I encourage screaming, yelling, stomping up and down, and that's just of our graduates. Everybody else can do even better, right? So what we ask the graduates to do is in preparation for today, we ask them to share a little bit with myself and you about their future plans for graduation and also some positive experience they've had at John Tyler. And so as they come across the stage, who's stepping them? Yep. As they come across the stage, I'm going to share what they have written with you today. So I'm not sure how this is going to go, so somebody who's in the know will help the graduates up. I think don't they come over here? No, they're not. They're coming this way, which is not. Somebody needs to. They're coming. All right, excuse us while we get ready for a second. All right, the first graduate, Stephanie Bailey. Stephanie plans to continue her education and to work as an RN. She plans to make sure that her friends and family know how much she appreciated their support and encouragement. She says she will spend more time volunteering with her therapy dog, Cooper. She says her positive experience was all of the new friendships and the opportunities that she has gotten at John Tyler Community College. Catherine Bass. Catherine has accepted a position with the Retreat Hospital working on the Medical Complex Care Unit. She plans to continue her education by pursuing her BSN degree. She says, I'm thankful to have met many supportive and incredible individuals throughout my time here at John Tyler. Jordan Beasley. Jordan plans to start working as an RN and begin working towards her BSN in the fall. She says that her positive experience here has been the supportive group of classmates that she has gotten to know on this journey here. Stephen Butler. Stephen says he plans to start his career as a new grad nurse in the medical respiratory ICU at VCU. He wants to thank his family and friends for all of their support, especially his dad, mom, and stepdad. Phoebe Coleman. Phoebe says how excited she is to be graduating today. Madeline Davis. Madeline plans to begin her nursing career at St. Francis on the 5th floor, the medical surgical unit. She says that her positive experience here has been the many friendships that she's developed. Lindsay Doyle. Go, Papa. Lindsay says that she has gained a lot of experience with patients and become more confident and more experienced as she's experienced many opportunities here at John Tyler. She plans to work at Johnston Willis on the neuroscience unit and to find a bachelor's program that she will use to further her education. Brandy Edwards. Brandy plans to start her nursing career after graduation as a cardiac nurse at Chippenham Hospital. She says that her positive experience has been that she has met so many bright and intelligent nursing students. She says, "I would not have become the person I am today without them." Emily Goldsmith. After graduation, Emily plans to work at VCU's surgery trauma unit. She says, like many of our graduates, that her positive experience has been establishing lifelong friendships with her classmates. Alicia Hebb. Alicia plans to start UVA's RN to BSN program in the fall, along with obtaining a master's degree to fulfill her dream of working as a neonatal nurse practitioner in the NICU. Alicia says she is thankful that the program has prepared her by providing her with the knowledge and confidence to practice as an RN. She feels blessed to have had opportunity as well as to make lifelong friendships while in the program. Bryson Henry. Bryson has accepted a job on the neuroscience unit at Johnston Willis Hospital and plans to begin a bachelor's program at VCU next fall. He says that his positive experience he wants to share with you is that he will enjoy lifelong and long-lasting friendships with his classmates. Tiani Hernandez Moso. Tiani plans to work at VCU as a nurse and start the RN to BSN program at VCU in the fall. Tiani says she is thankful for the wonderful opportunity to meet people who have become lifelong friends and who she loves very much. Beverly Hetrick. Beverly plans to secure employment, which shouldn't be hard, and begin an ADN to MSN program within the next year. She says her positive experience has been the unwavering support from her fellow students throughout the nursing program. Sonia Hershinger. Sonia plans to continue her education and complete a BSN while hopefully working at one of MCV's great ICU units. She wants to thank her family and friends for getting her this far, and she wants to also thank the great people that this program has led her to. Caitlin Hull. Caitlin plans to move to Northern Virginia, hopefully working at Inova's healthcare system and starting George Mason's RN to BSN program this fall. She says that she has had great clinical experience while she's been a student here at John Tyler. Brittany Johnston. Brittany has accepted a position on the oncology unit at Johnston Willis Hospital. She plans to attend Capella University's online BSN program in the fall. She says that she has learned a lot here and has met some great people along the way. She's excited to now be graduating. Ashley King. Ashley plans to accept a position as a new graduate nurse on the medical surgical floor and apply to a BSN program. She, like many of our graduates, says that she has made friendships that will last a lifetime. Joanna Lonergan. Joanna says that she has made lots of wonderful friends in the program, and perhaps equally important is that she is now planning to what? Go to Disney, right? And she's taking us all with her. She didn't know that. Demetria Mann. Demetria's future plans after graduation are to pass the NCLEX, start her career as an ICU nurse through HCA, get her BSN, and to spend much needed time with her friends and family. She says that she has been grateful to have the opportunity to apply her skills to different settings such as community health, long-term care, and the hospitals, as well as building relationships with her peers and instructors. These have all been very positive experiences that she has encountered here at John Tyler. Casey McCormick. Casey says that after graduation, she will be working at ICU at Johnston Willis, and she plans to start at VCU for her BSN in the fall. She says that she is grateful for the people that she has met through her experiences here at John Tyler. Kelly McPhipps. No, wrong person? Who am I? Excuse me, sorry. Okay, my apologies. Flora Jage. Flora plans to work in the ER after her boards. She wants to eventually work as a family nurse practitioner. She has gained a wealth of knowledge through the guidance of the nursing faculty. She says she's also built strong relationships with her peers. Congratulations to Flora. Anna Robertson. Anna's goals are to become an MST ICU nurse. She plans to get her BSN by 2021 and a CRNA by 2025. So she's got lots of big dreams and goals, which is great. She also says that she's made some long-lasting friendships here at John Tyler. Jordan Stevens. Jordan says that she plans to work on Chippenham's trauma telemetry unit and to obtain her BSN. She says that she has been grateful to have made some amazing lifelong friendships here. Meredith Thompson. Meredith says that she will be working on the joint and spine replacement unit at Parham Doctors Hospital. She would like to thank her mother and father for their endless support through nursing school. She says she would not be here today if it was not for them! Exclamation point. Logan Tony. Logan plans to continue his education to obtain his BSN while working as a nurse at VCU's Transplant Center. He also plans to take his wife on a honeymoon. I thought we'd get some screams for that, especially from the wife. He says he has gained many friendships and he has worked with encouraging and friendly people. Megan Wiest. Megan says that she will be working at VCU's Massey Cancer Center's Adult and Pediatric Bone Marrow Transplant Unit. She is grateful for all of her friends, her professors, the nurses that she's met all along her journey here at John Tyler. Ebony West. Ebony says that the relationships she has made with her peers and faculty have all been so positive. Her plans are to travel and to continue her education. All right, last but certainly not least, Sarah Zawede. Sarah says that after graduation, she will be working at the Neuroscience ICU at Johnson Willis Hospital. She will also be continuing her education at ODU to obtain her BSN. She says that she's enjoyed the wonderful people and is thankful for being able to receive scholarships here at John Tyler Community College. And that, ladies and gentlemen, are our graduates of 2019. Let's give them a round. You can do better. All right. And now Liz Powell, one of our faculty, is going to work with the graduates to recite the Nightingale Pledge.
Good afternoon. The Nightingale Pledge was named in honor of Florence Nightingale, and it is a modified version of the Hippocratic Oath. It was developed in 1893 by a group of nurses from Detroit, Michigan. The Nightingale Pledge is a statement of the ethics and the principles of the nursing profession, and it is customary at pinnings for the new graduates to recite the Nightingale Pledge. So I ask the new graduates to please stand. I also ask any of the nurses in the audience to also please stand and to look at your pamphlet, and the Nightingale Pledge is on the last page. And if you would join me, I would be so honored. I solemnly pledge myself in the presence of this assembly to faithfully practice my profession of nursing. I will do all in my power to make and maintain the highest standards and practices of my profession. I will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping in the presence of my calling. I will assist the physician in his or her work and will devote myself to the welfare of my patients, my family, and my community. I will endeavor to fulfill my rights and privileges as a good citizen and take my share of responsibility in promoting the health and welfare of the community. I will constantly endeavor to increase my knowledge and skills in nursing and to use them wisely. I will zealously seek to nurse those who are ill wherever they may be and whenever they are in need. I will be active in assisting others in safeguarding and promoting the health and wellness of mankind. Congratulations to our new nurses.
If the graduates could remain standing for a moment, as we heard Dr. Weiss announcing the names, many of you complimented family, friends, for the support that they gave. You know you can't finish a program like this without their support. So while you're standing, you're giving a standing ovation to your family and friends for all of their support. And now you be seated for my 15-minute closing. Just kidding. It won't be very brief. First, I want to thank Susan Wingler for her words that she gave. I just asked her how her son was doing. She said he's doing great. He's married, has 3 kids. And so that nursing care that you provided and the staff provided where he got his treatment was unbelievable. And it ties directly into the comments that I had, because it was 12 years ago that I stood next to my wife's nurse, literally right next to her, as my daughter Erin made her grand appearance into this world. And what a surreal experience that was. And then just 19 months later, my daughter Erica came into this world, and she was surrounded by 5 nurses as she came out without a sound. They calmly took her to the back table, used some tubes and tools. You all know the terms. I have no idea what they were using. But what seemed like an eternity was probably no more than 10 seconds. The loud cry came out for all to hear, and she's still loud today. 7 years ago, my father's nurse leaned down, kissed his forehead, and said goodbye, as she knew it was minutes before he would succumb to his long-term illness. So 2 of my life's highlights and one of my life's darkest hours were spent with nurses. What they did for my family, what they did for Susan's family, and what they did for many families in this room is forever appreciated. So go birth some babies. Care for the dying, care for the injured and sick. Provide hope for your patients and their families, and know that whether they say it or not, they appreciate the work that you have done and will do. So happy Nurses Week to our brand new nurses. It's a good time to do it, right? Happy Nurses Week to our alumni, to our faculty, staff, and all the nurses in the room. And now, quick logistics. Those of you staying for graduation, please be sure to check into the back room. The families that are on the floor, if you're staying for graduation, if you could just move into the bowl area. Graduation will start at 4 o'clock. And for those of you not leaving, be proud of the parking space that you currently have. Don't give it up. And for those of you who are leaving, there are going to be people coming in really happy to get that lucky parking spot that you gave to them. But graduation will start at 4 o'clock. Enjoy your dinner tonight. Enjoy being a nurse. And congratulations to all of you.
Thank you all for coming, and that concludes our celebration. If everyone will stand for the students to recess.